So, considering that my dad passed away on this day, 2009, and considering how I dedicate the book to him, Happy Driver, Happy Life, I figured I'd read briefly from one of the chapters in which I talk about him. The chapter is titled, Rather Than Criticize, Learn. I have come to the realization that being a judgmental jerk isn't actually an essential driving requirement. I know, it blew my mind too. Like, you can actually think kind thoughts and say nice things about another driver, even if you're 99.9% sure they're curled up asleep in the back seat while their golden retriever parallel parks. Now, we don't have to get upset and condemn the behavior of these nincompoops, the drivers, not their surprisingly competent dogs, because up until very recently, I thought the two went hand in hand. That getting in a fussy, negative mood and being highly critical of absolutely every other driver in the road was just protocol. Like a professional athlete getting in the zone before the big game. I thought it helped you perform to the very best of your driving abilities. After all, that's mostly what I've observed in other more experienced drivers. Take my dad, for example. For him, criticizing, getting angry, and eventually yelling at other drivers were natural steps after putting the car in drive, as normal as adjusting the rearview mirror before your morning commute. He made it seem more satisfying than watching a police car pulling over the jerk who's just trying to run you off the road. Now I know that criticizing isn't such a fun thing. It mostly just kills your joy and turns you into a big sourpuss. Nor does it actually accomplish anything. Judging and attacking the behavior of other people are serious wastes of time and energy. Doing so doesn't change the other person. That's not in your control. So what can you control? Oh, mostly the thoughts bouncing around between your big Dumbo ears. That said, what's the better alternative? Simply pretend that every single driver on the road, especially the nincompoops, is teaching you or reminding you of some valuable lesson. You imagine that they've showed up in your life to help you somehow. This requires a great deal of security, humility, and self-discipline. Even if you know they're in the wrong and being a big meanie, you have to remind yourself that you get to choose your response to an event. After all, you're the only one responsible for your life, remember? You get to extract meaning from your daily experiences. You get to decide how you ultimately grow from the obstacles you face. You determine your own perceptions. Taking this approach that every driver you encounter is an enlightened soul teaching you a valuable lesson, you notice how the driver who long ago forgot their car had a turning signal no longer irks you. Now they serve as a reminder to be a more mindful, better communicator and to revere the safety of others. Now the spruced up Honda Civic with the loud muffler is trying to teach you to be more considerate of people trying to sleep. Those teenagers dancing in the car next to you at the red light are teaching you to stop taking life so seriously, to be in the moment, to let go from time to time. Now the elderly driver slowing down traffic is teaching you compassion, patience, and respect. And the massive truck trying to bully you out of its way is suddenly a reminder to be a nicer, less controlling, more loving human being. When we stop getting offended by others, when we cease condemning their behavior, we start appreciating things that used to bother us, realizing it's all there to help us grow and better our lives. And then, instead of dreading these encounters, we start looking forward to the lessons they bring. Anyway, that's one chapter from Happy Driver, Happy Life. The book is published, and it should be on Amazon this weekend. Amazon's taking their dear sweet time getting it all linked up and everything for people to buy and see and read and so on. So anyway, I'll be updating people from here when the book is actually ready for purchase and ready for reading and so on. I'm really excited about it. Again, Happy Driver, Happy Life, and I hope you get a copy soon. Thanks.